Hi parents, I'm Mindy Wheat, the reading specialist here at the Classical Academy in Escondido. I wanted to share with you a neat spelling trick. Many students get confused if they should write the k sound with a C, K, CK, or KE. Spelling phonics, they're they're full of a lot of patterns. So if you hear the k sound, it all depends on what comes after it. If the k sound is after a short vowel and before an E, then spell it with a CK, like in the middle of ticket or bracket or bicker. To teach students this, I usually have them first discover the pattern by listening to a whole list of words and trying to see if they can figure out what the target sound is. I usually say, what sound is heard in every word? So, for example, I might say ticket, locket, bucket, picket, bracket, locker, jacket, bicker, and cricket. And then I'd say what sound is heard. And if they can't figure it out, I'd slow it down and have them repeat. Once they figured out the sound, then I would ask them what letter or letters do you think would be used to spell that sound in every word? And they come up with a lot of good guesses. And then we look at the list of words. Then I would actually show them the list and say, so what do you now see? What letters do you see in all of the word? What patterns do you see? What's coming before it? What's coming after it? Let's talk about that. How long is the word? How many syllables? Or how many openings of the mouth are in that word? A syllable is just an opening of the mouth, and it's opening because of the vowel sound. So after we've discovered the sound, the spelling, and then now we're going to just practice it. We're going to practice it over and over again every day. So for example, I might start dictating words and they have to spell it without looking, and then we check throughout the week and weeks that follow. If a student is ever writing anything that has that pattern and they misspell it, they have to add it to their list of words that follow that pattern. I usually have like a page that has a list of words, and so we just keep adding and adding to the chart. Okay, now you're probably saying, okay, that's a CK in the middle of a word. But what about the whole C versus K? My child cannot get that straight. Well, just think to yourself, what comes next? So this is my little picture chart that I use with my students to help them figure out what comes next. So if the K sound comes right before anything that would be used like in an A, O, or U, or even I had to write it in really tiny, an R, T, or L. Everyone always says consonants, A, O, or U, but I've only seen these three consonants, the R, T, and L. But if you see any of those letters or sounds right after the K sound, you're always going to use a C. It's a very cool pattern. If you see an E, I, or Y, if you're sounding it out and you do like, let's say if you did Ken and you didn't see it and you do K, all of a sudden you'd realize oh, that's spelled with an E, so then I know that the K is being used for the K sound. So that's kind of how you use this. I hang this in my office, and my students are always looking up there and trying to figure out, oh, it's a C, oh, it's a K. And right now they've got it pretty mastered. Some of them, they use it all the time. And then, so that's if it's C and a K is in the middle or initial position of a word, and if it's not surrounded by the two vowels. If there's a vowel right before it and an E right after it, then it would be CK. But otherwise, in the initial and medial position, the beginning and middle of a word, you would use that picture chart to help you. But now you're probably wondering, what would you do if the K sound is at the end of the word? Well, there are tons of patterns for that. You can spend a day on each of them having students discover it. The K is used after a consonant. The K is also used after a vowel team, also known as a vowel pair, just where you have two vowels right next to each other. CK is always used after a short vowel. It could be like back or truck. The K is used after a consonant, like in bank. It's used after a vowel team, like in book. KE is used after a single long vowel and then a consonant sound. So that would be what we consider our silent E words like cake and bake and rake. The C is used at the end of a two-syllable or a multi-syllable word, a many-syllable word, as long as there is a short vowel coming right before it. So for example, the word picnic, there's a short vowel I and then the k sound at the very end. The last sound is a k. So you're going to spell it with a C. Now, don't expect your students to soak in all of this at once, and that is why a lot of them are confused. They've learned one thing, they might have been exposed and taught a lot of those things, but they need a lot of practice, a lot of review. So teach one concept a day, one of these patterns a day, and practice it, and then teach another concept and practice both, and then constantly review. I use flashcards and have kids spell in sand or on whiteboards. I also have them spell words using the target sound. I have them spell the sound, the letters in the sound. I also have them do a shorthand review. So if they just need help remembering all of the options, and then we can use this to then review it, I have them spell it like this. We do a C, comma K, comma CK, final position. These are all the options for final position. CK, comma K, comma KE, comma C. And this is telling me in the order of importance, meaning which one do you see the most often? Most often you're going to see a C in initial and medial position, and most often you're going to see a CK in final position. So I even come up with a sentence to help kids remember this. The cat was flying a kite and got a ticket while driving a truck, and he fell into a sinkhole, and he decided to go on strike, but he instead went on a picnic. So we just come up with a sentence. Sometimes I change some of the words depending on what the kids want. Like we bake a cake and go on a picnic or something like that. It doesn't matter if they don't know what the strike is, but it's just kind of a fun way to review. And then we then use this to apply back to our lists of words to remember. So it still takes a lot of review, but that's just a fun way with pictures and ways to sort words that works really well with kids. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks.